Come on, BTC. Come on, BTC.
Hello and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Brogan and today we are doing another simple signal stream. Today we are going to be going over, it's going to be a shorter stream this time, and I do say that every single stream, that I want to keep it shorter because it always seems to overrun to an hour and 20 minutes. But this time I do want to keep it short because I'm very tired right now. I'm very, very tired. So we are going to be covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, the usual. I might be oh so generous and allow a coin through. If anyone wants a coin covering, put it in the chat and I'll cover it. But I'm not going to do too many. I might do one, maybe two max, depending on how fast I go through the main stuff. But like I said, you know, I've had a longer day today, so a bit tired, but I will be going over the usual regardless. With that being said, check the descriptions out from wherever you are. There will be very useful links. You know, there's always links. There's always going to be links in the description, okay? So check it out. If you're a multiple time viewer of this, you probably ought to check them out. So, you know, this doesn't apply to you. But if you're new here, do consider following, subscribing, wherever it is, wherever you're watching. Check the description out as well. There's a very useful link. It begins with T and ends with M. It's like a paper airplane. You know, if you want to ask me questions, look at charts, you know, what I've drawn, or ask for anything, or talk to us, go there. I think that's it. I should just record this. I should just pre-record the intro. I think I might do that for next stream. I say the same thing every time. But anyway, I'm not going to waste time. I'm not even going to faff about, because I always do this, oh, I'm not going to waste any time, and then I proceed to waste time saying I'm not going to waste time. So as I'm doing right now. So I'm just actually just going to move on. Like, it's just a simple thing. So let me get the chat up. There we go. Perfect. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's just get into it. It's just everyone wants to know what's going on. So $73,267 Bitcoin. Let me refresh the page to make sure that is completely accurate, and it is perfect. Okay, 7 day, 10% up. Very good. Very timid movement in the 1 hour. Obviously, the 1 hour just started 5 minutes ago, so I wasn't expecting anything crazy. 2.9% up 24 hour. Not bad. Definitely not very bad at all. Ethereum not actually at the $4,000 mark. Definitely fighting at it, but you know, we are below it, so we're probably going to be fighting below it throughout the stream as we look at it, you know, in the future. Turn the background music up. All right, well, it's 40. I don't want it to be too loud that you can't hear me. Start from the beginning as well. If it's too loud, tell me, but if it's too quiet, also tell me. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, so like I said, Ethereum not at the $4,000 mark. We're not above it, and we are below it. We did have a flash, super scary, not crash per se, but our price came down very well. I will look at it in the stream. I put a long in. I'll talk about it when we get to the chart, because the long didn't go well, and I'll explain why. Which is unfortunate. It was an unfortunateness, and I said this last time. I said this as I was making the trade. Unfortunate things can happen. You're never going to be 100% profitable in every single trade. But as long as you're more profitable than you are negative, then nothing matters. As long as you're more profitable than you are negative moneyable. I don't know what the word for it is. I can't think of it right now. But as long as you're more profitable than you are anything else, that's all that really matters. So anyway, back to his Solana, 161. I don't even know. Again, I say the same thing every single stream, every single intro. I say the same thing. I can't remember what I drew last stream. We're gonna have to go through it together. I normally don't remember because there's so much greatness that I can't remember. That's basically it. I can't remember what I drew for Solana. Don't know what the price points were, but regardless, we're at $161. Pretty crazy percentages on the 24 hour and the 7 day. So very good to see that. So I'm expecting there to be a huge green god, staircase up for Solana when we look at the charts. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Apart from, let's go look at the favorites on the channel. Thorchain, 100% up 7 day. 100% up in the 7 day, and 8.78% up 24 hour. We are 1.58 down percent down on the 1 hour, but I think the 99% movement in the 7 day makes up all for it. So anyway, let's go on to Bitcoin. So we drew this order block Monday. Sorry, we just on Monday when I noticed it here, and I said this was going to be our support area. So within this box, from the solid line below and upwards would be support, and lo and behold, it was heavy support. Yeah, see, very heavy here, very heavy support, very good. And then we had this horrifying moment where we just crashed all the way down to a support point. Testing, just testing, why not? And then we came all the way back up, obviously, bouncing off it, between. And now we're using it as support again. So we just had this really crazy flash quick down to support and then came all the way back up. Funnily enough, entering the break block. I know I'm great. I see you all spamming. I'm great. I know. Don't worry. I know I'm great. Let's just move on, okay? I know my bullish breaker block. It's been here forever. It's been here since the dawn of time, and it still works. So we entered this area. Obviously, I know some specifics is also drawing us a support point to coincide with it, and it was already drawn a while ago anyway. But this is just the greatness which I beheld upon the chart, which was nice. I think that's pretty much it for there. So. We had this. We actually broke above the support, the resistance point, and now using the support, which I drew yesterday, which we were bouncing off pretty much every time. We couldn't really get up above it, and we are above it. We're above it. Then we bounced off of our order block as support. So we've kind of, obviously resistance should turn to support when we break it. However, it doesn't seem like we've really tested it as a support point. We just went right through it and came all the way back up. So I'm going to delete this line, even though I think it should be a support point. We're just using the order block as support point now. So we've widened our range we're in. So we were in this little range between 72,500 and obviously the order block. But now we've widened our range between the bottom of this area, about 71.5, to nearly about 73.5. So we've widened the range. Very nice. Awesome. Big money. Now, I don't want to bet on a pattern. However, could we see a crab pattern? Not a crab pattern. No, it's not really a crab pattern. It's a movement more so. But could we see that movement? Well, I've laid out the hypothesis onto the screen for everyone to see. And now, what the next step of our two-step plan is? Obviously, step one is put the hypothesis out there. I think we're gonna crab. And now the next step is, can we conclude that with data? Well, let's have a little look. Let's have a little nosy. Target 74k, then down, then what? My target is 74k, then down, then 75. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm sure you know what you're talking about. 74, then down 75. Yeah, I mean, I've had 74.4 for literally mammoths watched me draw these lines. I sat next to Ivan, the caveman, as I drew this 74.4 thousand line. This has been here since I was conceived. But yeah, I've had 74 for forever. I know what you're talking about. Oh, right. So you think we're going to hit 74.4 or 74 and then come all the way down to 75? Yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of... I talked about this yesterday about perceived stuff and whatnot. Basically said the same thing, where it's so anticipated that it's going to be very important when we hit it, and it's going to be a resistance point because everyone thinks it's going to be a resistance point. 74,000 to 74.4, that range. Obviously, it's better to be safe. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'd rather, forerun the prediction to be 74,000 than anything else. But regardless, that range is going to be very important because people, I think there's a lot of people who think that 74,000 area is going to be a hard resistance point for Bitcoin. So if everyone thinks it, then it must be true. It's like most things in life. If everyone thinks it, then it has to be true. Obviously, you can argue the point. I've not nuanced the point too much, but you can understand what I'm coming at. Where everyone says the same thing, then it'll be true because everyone thinks it. If everyone thinks it, it's a collective thing we all understand. If everyone understands this point, it becomes a point. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's not go into philosophy here. Let's look at market ciphers. So let's see, can we back up our statement that we're going to move down with the data we have in front of us? Well, we are at a resistance point. Okay, very cool. Obviously, we could go up a bit more towards 73,639. I will leave that on the table. Momentum is going upwards, so that's bullish. We're not at a 60 mark, so we still have more room to go upwards. Okay. Money flow has been coming downwards. very steadily like this. So we're in a downtrend in terms of what money flow is telling us. So we should be going negative in terms of our trend. And VWAP is in the positive, but is starting to come down. So it's kind of a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to Mark Cypher. What I could see happening is coming back to this point again. Things are very crazy right now. Like things like this could just happen. Like boom, come all the way down to this random point. We'll just fall like a smooth, cool 5% and come all the way back up. So I'm not saying these things can't happen, but something can happen. So I want to ceteris paribus this. All things being equal, if the chart moves supposedly, how a chart should move, we do have some room to grow. AKA, we do have some room to move upwards. So if we see where we've come from, going from the 0 line, what makes sense to say? Crossing the 0 line to become a positive momentum and then reaching the 60 mark took us this amount of price movement. Now, instead of just starting this area down here below where our order block is, we are actually starting like over here above the order block. So we actually have more room to go upwards before our momentum hits the 60 mark, which is then when we become overbought. So I could see ourselves, probably hitting this resistance point, staying there for a tiny bit, maybe a candle's worth of stayage, if you will, and then coming down. What do I think of AI tech? Or AI technology as a whole? Or is that a cryptocurrency I have not heard of yet? If you just mean AI technology as a whole, I think it's very cool. And I think a lot of the AI things I'm seeing recently are being used for good. Obviously, there's a lot of people complaining about obviously jobs coming out. I'm trying to think of anything which like AI tech. I'm pretty sure that you're talking about technology as a whole. So I will answer that, but I don't want to answer something and then you go, oh yeah, that wasn't what I wanted, and then I just wasted time. No, okay, good. I'm glad I waited. Oh, it's a website. Okay, good. I thought so. It's a coin, right? Yeah, good. I'm glad I didn't go into that because I had a feeling it was a coin. And I didn't actually know about the coin. I'll look at it in a minute. After I do everything else, I'll look at it in a minute. So anyway, back to this. So as I was saying, we do have some more room before momentum reaches an overbought, kind of understanding. But we are on the higher time frame, and the money flow matters more. So if you could actually let's quickly look at the 4 hour to see what sort of situation we're in. We're slightly coming towards the overbought section. We're the most overbought we've been since like. Obviously we're on the 4 hour Tuesday, but we're getting towards the overbought mark, so we're getting quite close. Now, if we look at where our arrow can take us, and look at how close we are to being overbought, I reckon the movement to going towards 73.6 would take us above this overbought mark. So, by my hypothesis, I think we might move up to the higher band at 73.65 roughly, and then might have some movement downwards, maybe bouncing off it. But we could just break it. We could have a lot of bullish movement and just break it. That is, not crazy to say. But, considering how high our money flow is right now, and for the fact that it is coming down, and our VWAP is coming down, and our momentum is on its way to arc up at some point, I could see movement downwards being in the horizon. So I think, we could hit 73.6 and then come downwards. Maybe not 72. I'm not sure. Maybe to the midpoint. Midpoint could be a safe bet. So if we get the range we're in right now, let's say it's between the bottom of the order block and here, we can actually find out by my amazing math and geniusness that the midpoint of this region we're in is basically the midpoint which I've already drawn. So basically I deleted the line earlier to then add it back. So we could see ourselves, come towards the midpoint. Could also come all the way down. But I do think we still have at least wickage upwards towards 73.6. I do think we're going to hit it again. I don't think we're going to break it per se. I don't really think. We're not. It's not like if we were down here at the minus 60 mark, money flow was really negative, starting to come upwards. If everything was really negative but it was surging upwards, I think we'd have enough power to break up. But our money was so overbought, or not overbought. There's so much money in right now, and there's like so much ready to topple. like it's like not like a house of cards, but you know, we have a lot to fall off. So there's not really too much more to add in terms of upwards. We do have a tiny bit to add, but I don't think there's enough to actually, you know, bring us up a bit and then break us above 73.6. So I don't think we're going to break it this time. But again, the situation we are in with the market, I could be completely wrong. I don't want to talk about shorts when, you know, with the sort of market we're in right now, in terms of like just like this massive bull market we're in right now. So I don't want to talk about shorts, but at the same time, you know, we you know, I don't know what I should say. But I mean, to be fair, our trend was going upwards since down here, and then came to its resistance point. But now we're only going up from our support point here, so we could still have more movement. I don't know. I think we do have more movement upwards, at least. But I don't think we're going to break this line. But hey, there you go. But you know, looking quickly at our EMA and whatnot, EMA is, you know, it's keeping up with us. It's basically at the midpoint right now. If our price starts to fall, EMA will start to follow as well, and probably meet ourselves at the equilibrium point of this kind of range, of kind of this price range. So, and it would probably bounce off of EMA. EMA is a nice little thing. So yeah, that's kind of it for Bitcoin. I mean, there's not really. It's a difficult situation with Bitcoin right now. But I'm very interested in seeing what Ethereum's doing, because it is fighting at $4,000. Okay, so when did I draw? I drew here. So Monday here. Okay, so basically, I thought we were going to bounce off here and then come upwards. So basically, we bounced not off there, but we did come upwards and then bounced off the height, and then obviously coming out from this onwards is kind of where. But you know, this line coming all the way down to our support point was pretty much exactly what happened with Bitcoin. So unfortunately, we're going to see, pretty much on every chart, we're just going to see normal movement, a really crazy movement downwards, and then all the way back up to where we were. That's just what's going to happen, because Bitcoin did it, everything else has to do it, because yeah, it's just how it is. Similar movement how Bitcoin had, you know, we had our movement downwards, and then we had like this little situation. We had a little like bounce and then moving upwards. But obviously it's very different now. We have come down. If we look at the trend, you know, come upwards, bounced off our resistance. We're now bouncing off support and now coming upwards. Nearly at this equilibrium point, which I have drawn. But we are also fighting at 4,000. I think we'll stay above 4,000. I think we're going to be able to get above 4,000. 4,018 seemed to be a previous support point, which broke and then was resistance. So I think, I do want to say it would be resistance, but you know, we could ignore it. It's quite a messy situation right now, because as you can see, we're bouncing off support and we're bouncing off of this resistance point here. I don't think we'd stop at this resistance point. This resistance point is only really, obviously we've used its support here quite heavily, but if you look at the range we're in between here and here, the midpoint of this range is pretty much this point here. So it's basically the equilibrium. So I think we'll break above this equilibrium, not too hard. So I think we'll come back up towards 40,060. I did it again, 4,060. But you know, if we try and back ourselves up with Market Cipher, we have positive momentum. We're not too oversold, but we had a green dot. We are coming upwards, but we're not overbought either. So we're technically oversold, but we're not really that oversold. But we still have movement upwards. I think we're going to stay above 4,000. VUP's coming upwards and it's positive, which is good. However, money flow is coming downwards, which is where I think this fight is currently right now, where money is coming outwards, but we are technically oversold. So there is, you know, buying pressure. You know, it's not like sell pressure. There's buy pressure, but there's money coming outwards. So this is why we have this kind of mediary system right here, where we're kind of, you know, going to our support point, coming up to this resistance point, and kind of we're just testing, you know, what is support right now, what is resistance right now, and we're trying to find out exactly where we should be going for Ethereum. But I definitely think we stay above 4,000. Even if we didn't, we have 3980 as support, so we're not really that far away from a support point. Even if we didn't be able to stay above 4,000, which I don't think is a hard task, you know, at all, to stay above 4,000. But you know, looking at EMA, we're basically at our EMA right now. It is grey, which suggests to us that it is bearish. So if it was to print like properly as a bearish signal, you know, we'd probably bounce off it. You know, obviously we've ripped upwards, but we're probably going to come down to support. But again, I don't think we're staying below too crazy. I think we probably could come upwards, you know, steadily, you know, definitely steadily. But I definitely think we do come upwards like this. So I think we stay above 4,000. I think we come upwards towards the top range of 40, 60. Obviously giving a sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't destroy everyone's eardrums. So 1.3 percent move upwards. Obviously it's Ethereum, it's not going to be too crazy, but we do have a lot of resistance points above us. But again, you know, we're at a really, really high point, so we're going to have these really quick succession resistance points because of the fact that we're not, you know, we're really, you know, this is the highest we've pretty much seen, that any sort of bounce off anything is going to be a resistance point, even if it's by a tiny bit. So yeah, how long have we been? We've been doing 27 minutes and 22 seconds, and majority of that was the intro, and we're now pretty much finishing up on Ethereum. I mean, I don't really know much more to say. I mean, I guess I can draw a path. It's kind of been like this. I think we're going to stay above, either maybe a bounce and then come upwards, or maybe a straight line upwards. But I definitely think we come upwards. In some regard, I don't think we stay below 4,000. That's just not. It's not in my heart or soul to suggest that. So I think we stay above. Any news? Yeah, no, nothing. Okay, well, I guess I'll move on to Solana. All right, so where are we? Let me move this across. It seems to be a support point, which it was. Obviously, we had these quick wicks downwards, which, you know, I'd already talked about, that this was going to be, you know, this would happen on every single chart because Bitcoin did it. And then we came right back to our senses and used this amazing order block, which I drew because I'm so great, as support. But now we like I said in the start of the stream, that, you know, we would have this huge God's staircase thing. And now we're basically in the stratosphere. And we're actually that high that there's no resistance points anywhere near. So we'd have to go back in time. So I think that's the best we can do, is really just go back in time to see if there's any other close by resistance points. I'm seeing something here, roughly. You know, we can see we use it support, use it resistance. Resistance here was pretty strong. So $173. Anything else? Any sort of like order blocks or anything? Maybe something here, maybe. If we kind of like look at it, you know, it's kind of above. Obviously we came up a bit, but then we went right below. So I'm gonna draw this across as well, just to keep it, you know, it could be something, it could not, you never know. So I'm gonna draw this. Where are we right now? There we are. Draw this across, perfect. Okay, so I just want to find like one more support point or resistance point. Nothing really, you know, catch my eye, which is too crazy. I guess I'll keep it as that for now. So back to the 1 hour and come back to where we are. Well, let me just do this. There we go. Okay, perfect. So this is where we are right now for Solana. So the highest point I saw, because obviously we haven't got any naturally drawn, we haven't found any price points with our price action, which actually gives us a resistance point for, you know, some significance. So the best we can do is go back to, you know, back in time to find a price point which was resistance or support. So what I'm going to draw is a perceived range for Solana. Not quite there. I'm trying to get this accurate. There we go. We'll go from the wick. There we go. Perfect. So we see this. This is a fib levels between. So I'm kind of trying to predict the future. Okay, so this is up in the air. I did this for Bitcoin and it worked pretty well. So this is up in the air, but you know what a fib. What is these fib levels? Obviously, fib levels are natural levels, so they will work regardless of how you use them. But the tool in name is a fib retractment, so you're supposed to draw it over a range or over a trend, like this, for example, and then use it to, you know, however it might retract. However, the methodology I'm using for this is I'm predicting where the range will start and stop. So obviously the start is going to be when this first wick was, or where this first green candle was, starting this trend. And I'm predicting that the trend will end at $173. And by that means, I can use these fib levels as resistance, as slower resistance levels. So seeing resistance at $162, maybe at $165 or $64.5, $168. I'm just kind of using it. Obviously, these aren't going to be resistance levels, but they will be levels we might bounce off. And we can kind of see we've already kind of used this one, kind of used this here. We went up into it and retracted. Used it here where we came all the way up to it and then retracted all the way back down. So we're kind of using it. So I'm going to keep this up. But I do think we might come down. Shock horror. We are coming down right now, but heavily overbought. Red dot. Money flow is coming downwards, and VUP is negative and coming downwards. So Solana should come downwards, probably a bit more than it is right now. So maybe $160 could see support, which should give us maybe 79.79% movement downwards. I don't think we might break it. Even if we did, I don't think we'll see. We could see $156. I don't know if it'll go that low though. In my feelings, I think we might use $160. Definitely $160, which we have already used as support, because $159.60 is going to be a big number. So I'm going to draw that about here. There we go. So that'll definitely be support. Obviously, we've got this level below it in terms of natural fib levels. Then obviously we've got $161.9 as resistance, which we've already used. But I do think we might hover at 160. But we're really like overbought, and everything's kind of telling us to go negative. Again, I don't want to give negative trades because it's not very good in this current situation we're in right now. But I can't deny the data I have in front of me, which is telling me everything is going downwards. VWAP up negative and go downwards. Money flow is coming downwards. Momentum is coming downwards and is above 60. It's all negative. So I can't really argue against it. But we are within the hour, and we can already see we're already coming towards 160. So it might not be as short-lived as I think it is. But we do have a lot of sell pressure right now. There's a lot of sell pressure because we've only just started to become negative now, and we've already fallen towards our 60 mark. So we could actually break the 160 mark and come below because of how much sell pressure we have in terms of what we're seeing on Market Cipher. But again, something crazy could happen with all the other coins, and Solana will just naturally come upwards. And you'll see, one of these situations over here where you've got clear sell, and it'll come down a tiny bit, and it'll bounce, and it'll come up. So we could see that. And the reason we saw this over here was because we had the order block and support point. And we had a red dot. We came down to our support point and then hovered and then came upwards again. We could see the same thing over here. We have red dot right now. We are at a support point, so we could see it do this and try and trick us, where it's going to kind of move like this, dip a bit, and then come upwards again and have a green dot. So this could happen, where we're actually not going to go straight down right now, and we actually hover and then we come upwards again, because that's happened numerous of times and it's tricked people out. So be careful of that. We might not necessarily stay exactly here. We might actually come back upwards again because we could bounce off our support point, $160 and 159.18. So I'm just gonna bear that in mind. But by what we have right now, it should come down, but we could get tricked. So I say wait for the next hour print to see what the data is looking like, and then I guess pretty much it. I'll go to the 4 hours, see what the general look is on Market Cipher. Oversold or overbought, sorry. Money flow is coming upwards, so money is still coming inwards. So we still have that. So as we saw with Ethereum, where we came down all the way to support and came all the way up to resistance, and we're kind of hovering in the middle, as we saw. The situation we had, we were overbought in everything else other than money flow, and money flow was still coming in, so we were hovering. So that could happen with this, like I said, where we could hover at a support point and trick everyone into thinking we're going to go down. However, we're going upwards. And in this case, money is coming in. However, VWAP is coming down, and momentum we're very overbought. So we could have a fight right now and basically hover at 160 because of how it's balancing out. Especially this is on the 4 hour, so money flow matters even more. Could go on the day. Obviously, this is a bit more. yeah, it's similar to how it is. We're hovering above the overbought range, but it is a green dot. Money is really coming inwards, and VWAP is positive and coming in. So on the day, we are still positive. So I guess we're just coming upwards. So yeah, we'll see. I think we'll hover. I don't think we'll go down too much, even though we have a big red dot, because the bigger time frames are telling us we shouldn't really worry too much. I don't think Solana's too much of a worry in terms of coming downwards. I don't think we're going to come down to 156. I don't really think, although we should really do come down quite a bit. But again, something like this could happen where we come down for 2 weeks and then come upwards because of, we have these little arcs, and then we came to a support point pretty much here and then came upwards. Same thing happened here. We come down to support point, maybe come down to 159.2, whatever this place was, and then come upwards again for our momentum and money flow and view up. So I think maybe it's a little trick could happen. Maybe I'm kind of guessing. I'm not guessing, but I'm judging based on other time frames that we could do something like that. For 30 minute, I guess I'll just keep it. It actually seems like this is support because we've bounced it so many times. 159.8. Again, so yeah, the same thing's happening where we're having green, red, green, red, green. Money flow is neutral, so we're kind of hovering, but the up is quite negative and coming down. So again, a lot of negativity on these time frames. But for our day, we do have a bit of positivity in terms of money flow and view up and whatnot. So higher time frames, we're quite positive. So in terms of the longer term, which, not like a really long term, but over the next couple of days, we should still see some bull movement and positive movement for Solana. So I don't think this is anything to worry about. I don't think we're going to come down too crazy. I think we do still come upwards for Solana. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for that. How long we've been on? How long? I think it was 9:02 or 9:03 when I started. Actually being, appearing on my face. So it's been really fast. So I'm actually going to need to cover some things. So I will actually go on to looking at AI Tech, this other coin. I've never heard of actually, so maybe I might look at the website quickly. Is it a currency I can actually look at? I can. I hope it's these guys. What's it called? Let's go through it quickly. All right. So unfortunately, I can't read any of this because I don't speak this language. So I can translate to English. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? The website doesn't look nice. I don't like the website. I can't read any of this. And this is an image as well, so I can't even read this. Okay, this is kind of cool. Yeah, this is, like CCTV type of using AI and CCTV. Yeah, this is always really good. The UI looks pretty horrible there. It does look like they're doing useful stuff. However, the website does not look very nice. But regardless, let's just quickly look at the coin. Do some quick TA of it. I thought I'd come onto the website to see if I could gather information on it, and kind of gather an understanding of what it's all about. So what are we seeing in terms of the price action? So seems like we've bounced off this twice as support. So we saw this curve of action when you test the support point and then come upwards to resistance, bounce, resistance, bounce, resistance. Maybe come downwards towards. We do have our EMA in terms of keeping us up, but maybe coming down towards 40 cent and then coming back up to 50 cent. So how much percentage is this range? It'll probably be quite high actually. So yeah, it's about an 18% range. So we're moving pretty rapid right now. So a negative movement. Money flow's coming down, VUp's negative, momentum's coming downwards. I could see some negative movement for AI Tech. But we are in this range, like I said. But, if things start to go up crazy, which I think, things are going to be going up anyway, we'll probably start to break things and come upwards because it is just how it naturally works. But, are people going to be buying this? Because it's like, obviously, it's like a, not an altcoin. It's like an alt, it's basically an altcoin, yeah. It's an altcoin. So, will people be buying it though? Is the question. Is it known enough to be buying when things are going up like this? And will it be following the market movement? It should do, but will it? Because it looks like it might be quite small. But it looks like what they're doing is pretty useful, which is nice. So yeah, that's good, a good to look at. So it actually has a reason. Obviously, I can't read the website. I can't read the white paper. I don't know what any of it means. I don't even know I'm on the right coin. I hope I am. But I don't know what the reason for the coin is. I don't know if it's useless or not. If it's a supporting thing, I think it might have a use, but I'm not too sure. So, I mean, it looks like we might be in this range continuously, but again, whenever I've tried to predict these range type of stuff, I've not always been wrong, but I don't get it right all the time, so I don't like to predict it too much. But again, it could very well happen. So what I'm going to do though, is have a quick check up on our friends at WagMe. How's it doing? I actually don't know how it's doing. I don't want that place. I want this place. How is it doing? Okay, that's pretty good actually. Congratulations to WagMe. It's come up. Oh, we're on the 1 hour. I suppose I don't really want the 1 hour. That's good. Obviously, we're on a crazy bull run. But I did predict this movement. Let's go put that out there. But let me try and get this. So yeah, I predicted a 65% move. That's crazy, man. 10x on that. 6 times your money. That's good. Yeah, I hate this. I hate this game. I think it's probably one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. I completely hate them. I don't hate them. That's a very rude and strong word, but I don't like them. I don't want to use hate actually. I don't hate them. I take that back. I don't like them. The game is really bad. I don't really like the people who I don't know what I mean. I think it's right. I know this is a TA signals thing, right? But if you are going to ask me, obviously the one person who asked me about a coin, I did look at it. But unfortunately, I'm very sorry. I can't really look at the website too much because it's not in a language I can speak. I don't want to do it no justice by reading it in a translated version where I don't actually know if I'm reading the proper thing or not. But I did look at this. I do think we're going to prep. I think we're going to come down. If it's a 20% range, we're about halfway. So maybe a 9% move down for AI Tech. So if you want to short that is your decision, not my financial advice. I don't like doing shorts in the bull market, so be careful. However, I do think we should maybe come down to our support. But we could use EMA at the midpoint and then go back upwards to support resistance again. So don't be careful about that. But we're not too overbought for AI Tech either. But yeah, I just want to point it out. But again, like I said, I don't like WagMe. I don't know if any of you guys have looked at the game or play it. I'm very sorry if you have played it because it does look pretty naff. But yeah, the graphics are horrible. And the reason I don't like it so much is because there's no reason to have the token. Unless they've updated it and there actually is a reason now, and I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I feel bad for all the people who are actually in the game and in the community because some of them have spent like $200. I think it's like $200 on a founders pack, and they've got these NFTs which don't really mean anything. Because with NFT games, you need a reason to have the token, otherwise it's not worth anything. The only reason obviously I know it's a bull run, that's why I've gone up. But I'm wondering if there's any news on WagMe because the last time when I checked. And the last time we pumped like this was because of some like YouTuber, I don't know what his name is, some YouTuber entered the team and we went up like 100% because of news. So literally this is a news coin. You could read their Medium articles and trade this coin because it literally has no relevance to the game. Because you can't use it in the game. There's literally no point to hold the token. I don't think so anyway, unless they've updated, like I said. But yeah, I feel sorry for whoever spent $200 on the trash game because it's a steaming pile of crap. So I really hope they get better. But anyway, yeah, I've ranted because we're 45 minutes in the stream and I've pretty much looked at all the coins and I don't have any other coins to suggest. So I might just start looking at random coins until we reach the hour mark, which is because I want to aim for an hour stream. Okay, yeah, I want to aim to have a nice long stream with adequate time. I don't want to just hop in and hop out. You guys spending your time here, you obviously want a good stream. But again, if you want any coins covering, if you really wanted a good stream and you wanted a coin covering, that I think that'd help you more than anything else. But if you want to ask me questions on, what I do in terms of how I look at my charts. Also, if you want any of these indicators on the screen, this isn't a very good example because there's about 40 million lines which I've drawn, which aren't very good. So I'm probably going to move to. Let's get out of here. There we go. Perfect. All right, cool. So, yeah, if you want any of the your indicators which are on the screen, obviously simple significance, market cipher stuff, go check out the link in the description. The TE Green TM, it starts with T, ends in M. You know, come join us there. You can ask us questions, and you can also get the stuff you can come ask if you are someone who draws charts and does TA. And you want these indicators, I'll give you them. But I guess I really like Python. I really like Python. I had a login. It's already done though. I'll just see if I can show it, but obviously I can't because it's not there. Where are we right now? Python is just this rapid bullet. You know what? I will look at dupe actually. I had a suggestion of dupe, but I haven't looked at it. Okay, so we're nearly at the dollar mark, which is crazy. Last time I looked at it, we were down here. So I'm going to not do that. It looks like, you know what? It is the same thing with Solana. On the 1 hour, we should definitely come down, but on the 4 hour and the day, we are bullish. Maybe not. Oh, that's a week. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, again on the day, there's not enough data, but VOP's coming upwards, so we're positive there in that regard. Green dot, we should come upwards. So we're very close. On the 1 hour, on the 4 hour in the day, definitely we're pretty bullish in what I can see. On the 1 hour, we're looking slightly down. If I'm on the 30-minute, we're probably down as well. Yep, exactly. So we might come towards our EMA. I think that's the only really thing we can maybe do. Maybe towards 89 cents, bouncing off 89 cents, and then coming back upwards again. That'll probably suffice the negativity on market cipher. I don't think we're going to come crazy down. How much is that anyway? I'm moving backwards. It's about 2.5% down, and especially for what we have in terms of the price and how fast the price moves. 2.5% isn't that crazy for Dupe. So yeah, I think Dupe will continue to go upwards as with everything else. So yeah, we'll see. But apparently we are very close to hitting something in a certain platform. So if you want me to give away market cipher indicator, you need to go to search Crypto Warehouse on Google and go to the first link. It is a red box, wink wink. Go to that area and then press the follow button and the bell, and then comment on the stream. I've done it, and then you will get a link. If you come to our channel, if you come to our gives a T ends and M. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm tired. I'm slipping on my words. We're 50 minutes in. Alright, we've got to stay strong. Okay, we've got 10 minutes left on the countdown. I don't know why this stream's been so short. I don't know what I normally do. I normally cover a lot more coins than this, to be fair. But if I just spend more time yapping, maybe I'll just spend more time just waffling on, maybe. But I think it's because since I'm a bit tired, maybe I'm not completely aware of how long I'm spending with things. But like I said, I do feel a bit tired. So it has definitely been a shorter stream in terms of drawing charts. But I have, the floor is still open to suggestions on coins. But yeah, like I said, with Dupe, I think we might come down towards the 89 cent, or where are we actually? Maybe 89 cents to 90 cents maybe. So yeah. I don't know what's on this, to be fair. I'm kind of just sitting here. I don't want to just waste time, but I do want to get the stream to an hour, because then it's a good stream then. I guess I can cover another coin. How's Pepe doing? Let's see what's going on with Pepe. Okay, support point. What did I do last time? I was going long, but I didn't. Okay, so we're heavily using the support point. That's good. Order block. Okay, we're using a support. There you go. Isn't that very good? Okay, we've got a order block here. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that just magical? Okay, awesome. So we're kind of in this range. So even if we just hid everything of what we're doing, we have this point here, and we're in this range, kind of and we're bouncing off this price point. So I actually will draw this here. It seems like something slightly consistent as well. EMA, we're pretty close to our EMA. Does this support point which I've already drawn. Market cipher wise, money flow is negative and coming down, so it'll probably come down a tiny bit. However, V up is heavily positive and going upwards. Money flow or momentum is coming upwards, which is technically still bullish. We should be going upwards. But I mean, yeah, I think obviously red negative money flow is negative money trend, so we might come down towards the 85 schmickles range, 0.0000085. So yeah, that's it for Pepe. I think the bluntness is what is causing this speed. I'm not giving you $10. No one's getting $10. If you want $10, I can find you. No. You put $20 on a 50% trade. If I can find a 50% trade, I can give you that. I don't know. Do a 10x short. Not financial advice. Do a 10x short on Pepe, and then you get your $10. Not financial advice. Do not do that. That is bad. Probably. Not financial advice. Anyway, yeah. Because we're not even that overbought. Done it one Bitcoin, yeah, 11 left. Feel a bit lost right now. Don't know what to do. I guess I can cover more coins, but I can tell no one reels here. No one's got anything to say. And does anyone want me to cover any coins? That will help everybody out here. It'll make the stream better because people will see actual, analysis. It'll also save me from content cripple, or whatever you want to call it, where I'm just sitting here not doing anything, having a chart open. So if you do want to suggest a coin for me to cover, I will more than happily oblige in looking at it. If not, I'm going to start yawning. If I start yawning, I'm going to fall asleep, and the stream will then last about 10 hours. I will fall asleep at the desk. So if you want to stop me from falling asleep and yawning into the microphone, then suggest a coin. Let's go what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin always matters. You can never go wrong with having the Bitcoin chart open. Okay, we're 10 minutes away from thingy-majiggy. Does nobody have any coins for me to cover? Bonjour, hello. I don't know what can look at. I don't know something like that. I lied, I don't know. Let's just go through here. SHIB, what's SHIB doing? Apparently it's gone crazy upwards. Because that's why you're getting less and less in terms of the boxes, because what the hell's going on here? Was this a what? Was this a win? Oh, that's unfortunate. I think this might have been a loss. Or was it? When did I join this? It must have been Monday. Oh, it couldn't have been. I don't know when I drew this short. How can I get the giveaways? Well, if there's a code thing, you put that in to the chat and you'll get it. Anyway, back to this. So, yeah, I mean, it's up. Yes. Obviously, it's up more than anything else, really. Like, it's up more than it has been. But, yeah, so, I mean, I guess I could try and find a support point. But looking at it, obviously, money flow's coming downwards, V-up's coming downwards, nearly negative, and we're oversold, but, we're not really, momentum's not really coming up. So, it's kind of negative. So we might bounce off of, I think the most we'll see in terms of this relative movement is bounce off this support point at 3154, which would give us a measly 0.89% move downwards. So I don't really think anything crazy can happen. So I think we might have, you know, boom, boom, and then maybe a come upwards again, like a W. How do we get marks off? Okay, go to the description of the live stream and go to the blue paper airplane. The begins with T, ends in M. Go to that link. Go join there and come ask me, and I'll send the link. I'll do it after the stream though, but the stream's going to end quite soon, so I'll just do it after stream. But yeah, it's our own coded version of it. It works just the same. Anyway, yeah, so that's what I think for SHIB. Yeah, exactly. I've got the link. Yeah, so I'll send the link after the stream. Just go join the blue place if you have an account. If you don't, it's look there. I'm trying to think of methodologies of communicating with us, and I really think that's kind of the only way. So sorry about that. But other coins are there. Anything interesting? Just try to look for a trade. A good trade. What? Trade link. Oops. God, all these coins are so dry. Oh my god, like red, green. Oh, it's like we're all just like whenever I'm on stream. Lately, it's been like whenever I'm on stream, I've just got these crap like charts. These charts are just trash. There's gotta be something better. I want a good trade. I want like a chart which is like the most obvious trade I've ever seen in my life. This isn't very good either. Interesting. Okay. Got that as a resistance point. So we're at resistance point now. We're kind of floating in the air in terms of AVAX. This previous support points here. Money flow coming down, VL coming down negative. Momentum's going down. We are crabbing. This would give us how much? Before I waste my time, how much movement is this? 50 down, 1.5% move down. So it's basically nothing. So yeah. So no, thank you. I'm okay for that. What coins are there? How's Doge doing? Actually, I might have drawn a chart of that. I might have had a long short situation. What the hell is this? Oh, the fair value gap, and then I don't know what's going on. Wait, why did I draw this? This isn't a. This wasn't. I don't know. I had that. That's not a block, and that fair value gap's already been used. So I don't know what's going on there. Similar situation. Money. Did I not draw like a long? Yeah, I did. I thought it was going to go down, but it didn't, apparently. Oh, it did that. Oh, yeah, it was one of those ones where it did that move, but it didn't. Okay, so basically, my entry position was a support point. That's crazy. Okay, that's unfortunate. Are there any like consistent support points? That's pretty equal actually, in terms of candle height there. So we've got that as support. we have a heavy area here, from what it seems, which I'll draw over. So we've got our support and resistance areas roughly. We're kind of in the middle. Money flow is coming downwards, negative. So we've got these hovering situations. So as you can see, there's a good example where you have these huge wicks on both sides, and you're kind of just hovering in the middle in terms of your candle. We've got VWAP and momentum coming upwards and positive. However, our money flow is negative and it's coming downwards. So you have this toss-up situation where it's like we've got one thing coming down, which is powerful, and then two things coming up, which is not as powerful. So we've kind of got this mediary situation right now. And you saw the same thing here with this candle. Momentum we're in the same situation. Look, so if we go back, it's like if we look at this candle and then cut this off, we can see VWAP is doing the same thing, coming upwards and it's positive. But money flow is still coming downwards and it's negative, and our momentum is still coming upwards. So we're in the same situation, and we printed out with that sort of candle. So I'm just pointing out this sort of situation with where we just hover. So I think we're just gonna hover for Doge in terms of this candle. So in the next 2 minutes we'll hover. In terms of where we'll go next, well, it looks like we've been bouncing off our support, maybe coming upwards. However, we're now hovering. We've hovered for a bit now. So maybe we'll come down. But I don't want to say that. But a lot of things have been coming down. But obviously, nothing can go up forever. Things have to come down. So I can't rule out shorts completely. But at the same time, I don't really want to be trading on shorts because I don't like it. Anyway, we also have a negative EMA. We are below the EMA. We're bouncing off the EMA pretty heavily. Yeah, I don't really use market size for A too much. I should probably just remove it, to be fair, and just look at like EMAs, because I don't really use these in the I don't really like them. They're not very good. I could probably, I should probably at some point try and learn them. But again, like I said, I don't care enough. I don't really think it's that useful. I think market size B is definitely more useful than anything else. So yeah. There we go. See, finally we pointed out. So yeah, red dot. Okay, things are coming down. Like I said, I think we can come down. We have very heavy money flow downwards. We're quite heavy down. So maybe we might wick downwards and then come up and then hover a bit, because I don't think we have too crazy movement. But I do definitely think we might move downwards. Oh, obviously we've got all this negative movement for Doge. I think we'll probably come downwards. What's Bitcoin doing? I think that's probably the most important thing to do. Coming downwards, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, again, momentum starting to nearly cross, so close. Money flow really rapidly coming down now. VWAP's coming down, nearly crossing negative. Things are coming down. How's Solana doing? Is it coming down? Yeah, red dot. Yeah, things are coming down. Like I said, it could be a trick out. I don't think we'll come down too crazy anyway, because we are at this support point. Are we above? We're not above. Oof, we're hovering still. Money flow, VWAP coming down. It's all very timid, like especially like Ethereum right now. We should be coming down, probably to support point, because how negative we are right now for our money flow and VWAP. Like, momentum is important and all, but money flow is really where it matters. And also, if VWAP's doing, because VWAP is per candle basis, because it's the average price, so it's currently what the price is right now. So if the VWAP's coming down, this candle should be red. So we should probably see ourselves maybe come down a decent proportion. But against Ethereum, it's not going to do anything crazy. Like, it's not going to like really wick and make you a bunch of money. However, hour and 5 minutes into the stream, aka we might have hit our hour goal, which is great because I'm starting to need some functions of my. I'm obviously feeling very tired, but can't do much about I had to whip some coins out of thin air because I don't know. But I'm interested to see what the most of these coins do. Oops. There you go. Okay, so we got green. I mean, we should just come down there. Like, I don't think this is just like this temporary thing. People are getting too eager. It's like, oh my god, it's gonna go down, and then short, and then people go like, whoop, whoop. So yeah, just wait for it to come down. I mean, the higher it gets, the more it has to fall. Again, if you're short in Bitcoin, then like you're gonna need quite high leverage anyway. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, this could look like this, and it still could just start going upwards. So I suppose I mean, this will be a good test because money flow and VL coming downwards. So if it starts to come upwards and doesn't really come downwards, then it clearly means momentum is, you know, the king of all things. It's the only thing which is telling us we should continue to go up a bit. But I think it's just a temporary little movement upwards. Obviously, we're gonna have these things. You know, we're not gonna go down immediately. We've got an hour. But what's lovely, that time is up. So I am gonna move on, and I'm gonna go. So thank you all so much for watching, and for the guy who's asking for Market Cipher, come to the blue area. I don't know if you've joined. I don't have notifications, but message me and I will tell you the links to all the indicators. So yeah, if you guys want that, check the descriptions and go to the communal area, if you will. But again, thank you so much for watching, all of you, and I will see you. I'm actually streaming, I think it's Friday, for a talk with 2 other people. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but I'm doing a talk about Bitcoin halving. So if you guys want to join that, it will be, you know, it'll be online. You can come find me. It'll be on at least 2 platforms, I think. So you can come on and watch that. That'd be pretty interesting. And the questions are pretty easy. So I'll just get to, you know, waffle a bit for an hour. So if you want to come watch that, it's not going to be trading. It's going to be talking about information. So if you want an information-based stream, then do come along, because that'll be just for you. But again, thank you so much for watching. Join, check the descriptions, and I'll see you Friday and probably Saturday as well. So thank you and goodbye.
Well, come on, Fitzy. BTC.